Howdy, everybody. It is August 14th, 2024, middle of the week edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. Mr. Hand 2 off to my left. There he is.
Seems like Thursday.
Why is that?
I've discovered the older I get, if I have an extra long day for some reason, my brain wants to tell me it's later in the week than it is. When you get to be my age, you'll discover it.
You know, it'll take, what, 3 years?
3 years.
3 years
2.5
difference between you and I?
something like that. Yeah.
So, we'll figure that out, I'm sure. Let's get on with the program today. We've got news, sports, this date in history, but first, as we always do, we start with weather.
Sunny skies through Thursday, a chance of rain, possibly a thunderstorm on Friday. There's a possibility that some of those might be severe Friday evening, and then we think that that's going to carry over into part of the day on Saturday. Highs throughout that period, through the weekend, will remain in the mid-80s.
Go back to the weather there. Mm-hmm. I've seen these, but I haven't noticed that they move. I can't read from here what their air quality.
Air quality and radiation monitoring.
Yeah.
Nearest water stations, and then webcams in vicinity.
So the nearest water, that must be the temperature of the water, I'm guessing. 67 to 71 degrees?
Like at a lake or
yeah, possibly.
like
I don't know.
I guess maybe that's the temperature in Yaktangi Park Lake.
I don't know.
That seems cool. Too cold this time of year.
Yeah, I went over to Waverly this morning, and driving past Lake White, you could see the water looked relatively stagnant. I mean, there was no movement to it whatsoever. I did see one of your wife's cranes out there that was doing its hunting for the morning. So there was one morning I went by, and there were like 12 standing out there. I was impressed with the number of, I didn't realize there were that many. So at any rate, you can find all that on our website, which is littermedia.com. And of course, you're invited to join us at littermedia.com each and every morning. Take a look at what Mike has posted on our website for you. He is our lead contributor to littermedia.com. Every once in a while, I'll chime in.
That's why I have that crazy look on my eye, because I'm twitching.
Yeah. All right, up ahead, a look at news. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you have an issue with the heating or cooling or plumbing in your home or your business, or maybe you're starting from scratch and you're looking for a contractor, Accurate can do it all. If you click on, when you're at littermedia.com, you'll see the Accurate logo. Click on it, and it'll take you to their website, accuratehvac.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Haynes Total Health Care Center. They have been working on me for the last couple of weeks, but they have been working on people for 50 years and helping our community in that fashion through chiropractic, physical therapy needs, and nutritional needs. And I will tell you, their lead therapist is Cassie McHenry. She is a kid from Wheelersburg who has made Chillicothe her home, and she is fantastic. And she's also a workhorse. And she's been driving me through physical therapy. HainesHealth.com. If you want to see the staff and meet the staff, go to their website. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it'll take you right there. Time to take a look at news, which you'll find on littermedia.com, through our social media as well, through Litter Media X, Litter Media here on Facebook, Litter Media YouTube, Litter Media Spotify, and more. We're everywhere. If you don't know about us yet, you haven't looked hard enough.
Yeah, some of our stories to commemorate the one-year inscription as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You're invited to join the photo contest known as Framing Hopewell. The contest highlights the abundant wildlife, natural beauty, and people connected to the Hopewell Ceremonial Earthworks World Heritage Site. Submissions will be accepted August 14th through September 13th of this year, with the winners announced on September the 18th.
There's nothing like a calming night on a Friday in the woods, strolling through nature and experiencing a guided yoga flow and guided meditation walk that will help you center your mind and rejuvenate your spirit. Ladies, you're encouraged to join Explore Yoga for all that and more. All levels of yoga are welcome. The event is August 16th, Maple Grove Prairie, starting at 6 p.m. They ask that you please bring a yoga mat and a water bottle and wear comfortable shoes for walking. Bainbridge had an event yesterday, getting kids back to school, and
Hey,
our
looky there.
Aaron
I know those guys.
Landon was there. What can you tell us about this event, Aaron?
They had a lot of community stuff, food trucks. They had little craft vendors. They had kids shooting off a water hose. They also had an Ironman contest. It looked like an obstacle course, which unfortunately I didn't get to see anybody run through. But as you can see, this is what it was. I think they pick up the dummies, and then they run all the way to the next pair of cones, and then there's stuff to do down there.
Why didn't you just set your camera down and do it?
You know, that would have been an idea, but I was wearing my Hey Dudes, so I didn't want to do that.
What are Hey Dudes?
They're like sandals.
Gotcha.
They're the shoes I normally wear here.
That's Sam Alley and Son there singing.
Yeah.
Those are characters.
With the PV amplifiers right there. All right, coming up this weekend, if you have been at Huntington Schools, you know the name Kermit Vickers. It is the Kermit Vickers Memorial Car Show. This will be held Saturday starting at 10, runs until 3 p.m. at 222 Lakeview Drive, Chillicothe. And in case of rain, the show would be moved to August 24th. What do you mean in case of rain? Have we had rain?
That's what they're talking about Friday and Saturday.
I guess you have to have a rain date of some sort, I
That's
suppose. Right. But perhaps we'll have the rain and still be able to have the show as well on August 17th.
Mark this on your calendar. The Ross County Continuum of Care has their annual Stand Down to End Homelessness coming up on September the 13th. That is scheduled for Chillicothe's Poland Park, and that'll run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. that day. There are many different agencies here in the community that will be represented to help those who are struggling with homelessness.
And the next day, September 14th, the Pike County YMCA conducts its community yard sale. Registration starts this coming Monday, runs through September 12th. If you want to participate in this, we ask that you get on the ball and participate.
City of Chillicothe, which we told you about a month ago, has become a bicycle-friendly community, or at least they're striving to be one, and they want to have your help in a survey that will talk about how much you ride bikes and things of that nature. A couple of different ways you can do that. You see the QR code right there on the screen. You can scan that in the graphic, and you can give your anonymous feedback, or you can go online to their survey question at surveymonkey.com. It'll be under Chillicothe Bicycle Friendly Community if you go that route. But you need to have that survey done by October 15th in order for it to be counted.
Survey Monkey just sounds funny.
Yes, it does. In Pickaway County, sound like Forrest Gump. In Pickaway County, US 23 between North Court Street and State Route 316 continues to have daily lane restrictions through this fall, and that is for a resurfacing project.
I was trying to figure out what that sounded like.
Yeah. What was George of the Jungle, the Tookie bird? Tookie.
George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree.
Aaron's saying, what are you talking about? Yeah.
George of the Jungle was a mid-'70s cartoon thing.
I know George of the Jungle.
Is that
You know
right?
George of the Jungle?
Brendan Fraser.
No, this was the
this
animated
is
version.
way
yeah.
before.
I'm aware, but there's also a Brendan Fraser movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the movie.
Kind of a Tarzan-esque type character.
This goes back along the lines of the Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
So, all right, coming up in a moment to look at sports. We've got the high school sports season underway, and we're getting closer to all of those sports being in action. So details on that and more coming up in just a bit. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389 is the call to get an orange dumpster at your location, whether it be residential or commercial. They can get it taken care of. 740-253-8389.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Time for the world of sports, our local world. And we start with...
And high school scoreboard. It's been up and running here for the last 2 weeks on LeonardMedia.com. And last night in girls tennis, you see that in the FAC, Chillicothe opened their season with a 4-1 win over Miami Trace. In SOC girls tennis, they've already been underway for a week. Waverly edging Wheelersburg. A good effort there by Claire Morrison. 3-2 the win there. Since we got the screenshot this morning, we added a new score from just a moment ago. Pickerington North beat Lancaster in tennis by a 4-1 score. That's now up on our score page. In boys golf, a tri-match last night, Circleville outlasted both Logan Elm and Zane Trace. SVC golf gets back into schedule action tonight. And in, one other tennis score that we had, a non-conference one, Athens beat Athens beat Circleville in girls tennis last night, 5-0.
You were talking about SVC Golf. How about the Alumni Golf Classic? I like this idea. It's going to be played September 7th at Chillicothe JC's golf course. Former golfers that participated on an SVC golf team and SVC golf coaches and former coaches can also play. Call Ryan Cheesebrew to sign up at 740-253-3196. Proceeds from this event will go to the SVC golf teams. Is this new, or have they done this before?
You know, I don't recall hearing about this before, so I'm assuming it might be new.
What would really be cool is if the guys in this picture were actual SVC people.
Yeah,
but I think
I don't even think the SVC was around when they took that picture.
As it started, 1961?
Yeah, something
like that. Yeah.
Baseball last night, when Hunter Green is pitching, the opposition gets very few runs. The only question is, will the Reds support him? Well, they did last night, 4-1, the win over the Cardinals. They go after the sweep later tonight in Cincinnati. They'll have an off day on Thursday.
And the only run scored on him in the last month and a half, 2 months, has been a home run last night, a home run in the All-Star game, and a home run in a June outing.
Yeah.
Other than that, he has been. They're talking Cy Young now.
Yeah, lights out. And the Reds pulled in 2 games with a 500 mark. The Guardians, they're 22 games over 500, and they've won 4 straight. They edged the Chicago Cubs by a score of 2-1 last night.
And that just helps the Reds. Cubs keep dropping. The Cardinals keep dropping. So the Reds are closing in on a third place and second place.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get too excited because every time they get to within 2 games of 500, then they'll lose 4 straight.
It's like, I'm almost above water. Oh, I'm going back down.
We'll see how it goes tonight.
That's how it is to be a Reds fan these days. All right, coming up in a moment, this date in history, the Litter Media Wayback Machine's controls are turned to
1935.
Details next.
92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. We're talking about Litter Quality Propane.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. This date in history, Mr. History Mike Smith.
President Franklin Roosevelt on this date in 1935 signs the Social Security Act. Press photographers snapped pictures of FDR flanked by ranking members of Congress, signed into law the historic act which guaranteed an income for the unemployed and retirees. FDR commended Congress for what he considered to be a patriotic act. Keep in mind, this landmark legislation came at the height of the Great Depression.
Was that intended to be a short-term fix, or was this a long-term deal?
It was permanent. However, it was only intended to be a supplemental retirement. It was never intended to be your only retirement. And unfortunately, people over the years counted that as the only retirement. And depending on their employer, maybe they didn't have any other type of retirement system. 401ks weren't around back then.
Right, yeah.
So that's all that some people had. But it was only intended to be supplemental.
All right, that's it for the program today. If you missed any of the show today, you can always watch it again on YouTube. You'll be able to see it again here on the videos page of our YouTube or our Facebook channel as well. And you can go back and take a look at other shows we've done as well. Had that special edition with Mayor Luke Feeney yesterday, so if you missed that, go back and find out what he had to say. And there's a lot of things that were said.
Yes, talked a lot of different topics yesterday.
So until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you with another edition of Litter Media Live.